I saw the moment he saw my ring, and he asked, he said, "Oh, are you married?" And I said, "Yes, I am." He goes, "Oh." And I just
broke someone's heart on a plane.
Like it, and then we didn't talk the rest of the flight.
Oh, this poor guy. He's out there somewhere. He's going to see this on TikTok and be like, this lady.
I gave him my business card.
Flight. Oh my gosh, Haley.
Because he was like, "I'm a huge fan, like, of the Gators." I'm like, "Oh." Anytime, like, you never know, like, that could have been.
Now that you broke his heart, yeah. If you're out there, buddy, comment on this video and I will give you tickets to a Gators game.
You're married. You look married.
We're married. She's married.
So you're single?
Very single.
Single.
Yes, I'm single.
Married or unmarried?
I don't really care whether you're married or single.
Welcome to the Married and Unmarried podcast. I'm Haley, the married one.
I'm Andy, and I am not married.
You're not married.
No.
We could change that.
I'm hoping that at some point we do. By we, I mean I have to most of it.
Oh, you don't want me to help?
How would you help?
I mean, you ever seen 90 Day Fiancé?
Which one is that?
Where you pick somebody outside, and no offense to anybody that is doing this, but I think the show.
Oh.
Yeah, the TLC show.
I feel like that poor girl's gonna get a lot of what she wasn't ready for.
A wild ride.
When
people think of a standard American man,
that's me.
Actually, when I think of like,
honey, where's my cookie cake?
It's still there.
That gave big "Where's my super suit" energy.
It did. I really don't even know who I'm looking at right now. Is it Andy or Frozone?
Who knows? We look so much alike.
You really do. If you could be any superhero, are you choosing Frozone? If not, what's your beef?
We do this a lot, right? You ask a question like this, and what's my answer every single time? Or the question I ask you back?
Skyline Chili.
No. My question is, which one do I want to be, or which one am I really?
Actually? Oh, yeah. You could be Captain Underpants.
I think I'm Captain Australia.
You are Captain Australia. Again, we keep teasing that story. We're never going to tell anybody about it.
No, we can't.
But, yeah, okay, give me both.
I feel like I want to be... Who do you want to be? I feel like you want to be...
The Green Lantern. I've never seen that movie.
I feel like you want to be Captain America, right?
Oh, who I want to be? Oh, I didn't know we were doing
No,
me.
I'm just saying, like, in general, I think people want to be.
I mean, I love America. Bless you. God bless you. You know your heart stops when you sneeze. I'm just kidding. I don't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
I did not do well in science in school.
Nice.
I was, like, not great at science or math growing up, so I never thought I would, like... But I did actually think I was going to be a doctor for a long time.
When you were a kid, did you set an age on, like, when you thought you would get married?
Yeah. So I kind of thought I would do everything the way my parents did. So, and they just have an adorable love story. Kind of scandalous.
Uh-oh.
My mom is a year ahead of my dad in school. Mm-hmm. And so my dad played football at the University of South Carolina. Go Cox. I feel like I say that every episode.
You work it in.
I work it in so naturally. And my mom was his recruiting hostess. And she put a star by his name because she thought he was cute.
Ah.
And then they were friends for his whole first year.
Uh-huh.
And then they were co-treasurers of Fellowship of Christian Athletes, which is weird because my mom she wasn't an athlete. She didn't play a sport. But she was dating him. She was dating him.
That's all right.
And something about, like, he was like, "Oh, I left the meeting notes in my car. Can you go get it?" And there was like a bear. I'm probably telling the story wrong, but in the driver's seat of his car was like a bear with roses that said, "I love you, Barry Mutt," or something like that.
Classic.
Sounds like something you would do.
Classic.
So I kind of thought I would follow suit, but they got married at 25. I got married at 23, which is still kind of young.
Very young. Very young.
like I knew I kind of thought I would get married right out of college. I did, but I didn't like think about how young I was. And I'm only like a year into marriage.
You're still young.
Still young, like very young. Like
Correct.
I can't even rent a car technically by myself.
Oh my gosh.
I think you have to be 25.
You do.
There are some sweepstakes I can't enter because I'm 25.
Wow.
But life did hit me pretty hard when you do get married, because like normally you get kicked off your parents' insurance at 26. Under my parents' coverage, I got kicked off like right there as soon as I got married.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either. And Thomas was unemployed when we got married. So he got kicked off of his parents' insurance.
Wow.
So then I'm making like not fantastic money for two people to live on for the first 2 months of marriage. He got employed 2 months after we got married. So yeah, I probably thought I would have had my life a little bit more together. I don't know. When did you think you were you're not married, but
I'm not.
Did you think you'd be married by now?
I think so. Here's the weird way that I started thinking about it. Well, when I was like a super young kid, I was like 23, married.
Right.
Not. I was a big like I'm going to meet someone early in my life, like high school, and then date them forever.
Forever.
That was how my brain worked.
Right.
That didn't work out a couple times. Then I was like, well, all downhill from here.
Yeah.
And then when I graduated high school, I saw the like parents of all the people that were there, and some of them were like old. And I was like, okay, my new goal is just don't be super old when my kid graduates high school. So then I was like, all right, let me do the math of my age plus 18.
Right.
And so I think I did it the other day, and I was like 35, 36 is like the deadline. Like if I don't have kids by then like.
Do you have a marriage
old.
pact with any of your other friends that are girls?
You know, that's a good question. I did. And
Really?
I actually don't think that I've circled back.
Andy.
I don't think it's going to work out very well.
Why?
If I don't remember, do you think that they're sitting somewhere
Well,
going...
you can say you just remembered.
yeah, I don't think it's
What
gonna
age
work.
was the marriage pact?
I mean, it had to be like 30.
You turned 30.
I know.
Very soon.
I do.
Invite her to your 30th birthday party trip.
I like how you say her like there's just one.
Oh, you have multiple marriage pacts?
Gasp.
Wow. Wow,
I don't
you
remember
were
them.
getting busy.
I didn't like write them down.
You should have, in blood.
Well, it would have been helpful now. I didn't think I'd need them.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry. Were there other things that like...
That I made pacts for.
Well, I was going to say that you thought like would be more prevalent in your adult life. Like for me, aside from marriage, I thought like quicksand would be more prevalent in my adult life. The Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
Right. Like any of those for you? Or just marriage pacts? Or the lack of?
What did I think would be more prevalent in my life?
I feel like there's another like natural disaster that I thought would... Tsunamis.
Mudslides.
Now...
Tornadoes.
Right. Do we even get those in Florida?
Not. Yeah.
Oh.
They can. We have them a lot in Ohio.
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 I've never been to Ohio. 2 of my ex-boyfriends live in Ohio.
I do know this.
So I can't go to the state of Ohio.
But I really want to take you to Ohio.
I also want to go to Ohio just because I'm so intrigued by Ohio.
I want you and Thomas to go to where I went to college.
Which, I know this, is Ohio University.
Athens, Ohio. Roll bobbies.
I actually know a lot of people from Ohio University.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like friends with 6 people on Instagram that went to Ohio University.
There's a couple Bobcats here at where we work.
Yes. Where you were... Oh.
What were you thinking of?
I was thinking of the kickball team.
There's not any Bobcats on the kickball team.
Well, not anymore.
Who was?
I forgot his name, the tall one. Has a dog, wears chacos a lot. You have a picture of him.
Oh, Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah.
That's the only real name we're using on the podcast.
We didn't say anything good or bad about him. We just identified him.
His name's Kevin. You know my brother.
Actually, that's his fake name.
Really? Yeah. My brother tried to rename himself Kevin when he was 9 years old. We were doing a golf camp with our cousins, and they like the instructor was like, all right, like I'm big into nicknames, like
and he picked Kevin. He just picked a normal name
just Kevin
as his nickname.
Yeah. And
the
so
kid next to him's like, my nickname's White Thunder, and your brother's like, Kevin.
That's exactly what happened, but straight face. Like, he was such an awkward kid growing up.
Kevin, please.
Kevin. Straight face. Like, okay.
What did his coach say?
Like, just stared at him. Like, what would you say if some kid said,
all right, Kevin, get out there.
Like, okay. Like,
Kevin it is.
I just don't know where that, like, he's 9. Like,
he definitely met a kid named Kevin who was super cool.
But nobody's naming their kid Kevin. I mean, we just sat here.
Kevins of the world, we're so sorry.
Do you have, like, names, like baby names that you...
No. My wife out there has a list on her phone. It's in the notes app.
I know.
And
I got
we're
mine.
going to use those.
I'm not going to reveal them because...
No, I wouldn't if I were you.
Yeah, no, I don't. But I have them on here.
It just says Andy 8 times. Huh, that's weird.
Well, your middle name is Thomas, which is my husband's name.
Thank you for giving out my government middle name.
Government name. I'm big on government names. So, I mean, if we have a boy, which I'm convinced we won't, I think we're going to have all girls. And it's going to be a girl party.
Why do you say that?
I just, like, I feel like both him and I are girl parents. Like, we just, you know, and I think, too, like, this sounds like so stereotypical, but like I work in sports, like I do all the baseball, I do all the football, like give me some dance, give me some art class. Not saying that guys can't do that, they can.
Thomas
it's just
has been trying to dance for months.
I know he was dancing this past weekend.
I saw
you
him.
remember
He was
that?
cutting a rug.
And I think like no matter what setting I put Thomas in, he performs. He really does.
Interesting.
Whether it's silently or whether it's like very outspokenly.
Interesting.
I mean, like we've gone on trips. We've gone on a trip together, you, me, and Thomas, to the farm.
Oh,
this summer.
There were more people there, but yes.
There were. It wasn't just us. But like, he just really captures an audience.
You know what he didn't capture on that trip was a fish.
But who did?
Andy.
Do you think if you were to describe, like if you found a woman, this is a great question, are you willing to like alter yourself slightly to be what a potential woman that you're interested in would
See,
be?
this is such an interesting question because I think so much in my life I have tried to remain very, very neutral to fit a situation like that. And I think now, in the past, I want to say year and a half, I think I've done a better job at being Andy. And just, if it doesn't work, it doesn't
Andy.
work. And it has not worked a lot.
Because the right person, I tell you this all the time, the right person will see Andy and be like, that's mine.
Well, I need her to open her eyes.
What if she's blind? We never considered.
It would make sense.
But like if...
She might need to be, honestly.
Like say your version of a 10 out of 10 rolls up and she's like, I'm really into outdoorsmen. Now, I love you, Andy, and I have been in the outdoors.
I would say, hey, have you ever caught a fish before?
Here, like, would you... Because I think there were, like, Thomas and I are training for a half marathon right now. I got into running. Thomas does not like running, but he does it for me.
Sure.
Like, what do you think you could see yourself?
I mean, I can do a lot of things. I'm pretty versatile.
We've gone running before.
I hated it.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
But you go on walks a lot. I've called you on a walk.
I love a walk.
You do love a walk.
I love a hot girl walk.
I think...
I'm still trying to find the hot girls, but I am walking.
Maybe you are the hot girl. Maybe the hot girl was inside you all this time.
That doesn't help me.
But I mean, okay, like what are some... I'm trying to think of some things that like might be tough for you. Like what if she's really into like musicals?
Eating no sugar.
That would be so hard for you.
That's probably a deal breaker.
What if she doesn't drink?
That's fine.
I think that's fine.
I think that's fine as long as there's no like judgment. Like if I want to have a drink, I don't want you to be like, we're having another drink, huh?
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily mind if she's just like I have friends that don't drink and like they still come hang out.
That's true. I'm thinking of one right now.
What was the other one?
What if she's like into musicals?
That's fine.
But
as long as I don't have to sing along.
What if she wants you to sing along?
It's tough. I could probably get on board.
Like, think about every road trip you go on, you got to hit at least a few musical songs. I've never heard you sing.
I don't like to sing.
I don't think you can date a girl.
Sing.
I ended my oh no. Sorry.
Ended it a little too early.
I ended my sentence a little. Sometimes that happens with ADHD. Just.
I don't think you can date a girl.
I don't think you can date a girl.
Dang it.
But you can date a woman.
Oh.
Oh, good save, right?
Well, deal. I'll take that. I don't really want to date a girl.
What if she's into golf, which you're kind of into golf?
I love golf.
What if she's better at golf than you?
That's great. Teach me how to be better.
I love that about
I need
you.
that.
What if I'm trying to think of things you don't. Oh, what if she's a Browns fan? Like die hard. Parents are season ticket holders to the Browns.
Funnily enough, I think it was 2 episodes ago, you looked at a slideshow. Mm-hmm. 2 of those girls were
Browns fans.
Yeah. Well, I guess are.
I think you have a thing for the enemy. Like the untouchable.
Oh.
You want what you can't have. And you are a Bengals man. Yeah, you're just a Bengals man.
I love the Bengals.
Looking for...
Joe Burrow.
I mean...
Joe Shiesty.
Oh. What if she has previously dated Joe Burrow? Is that like a, wow,
well,
I'm dating someone... like?
Actually, funnily enough, the college that I went to, Ohio University, Athens, Ohio, beautiful city. That is where Joe Burrow's from.
Yes.
He played high school football there.
He did.
I dated a girl once that went to the same high school as him.
And you said that she said that he was nice.
She said that he was nice. Not like they were close friends, just that he was nice enough.
He's nice.
Yeah.
So if for some reason you end up on a date with someone that has been on a date with Joe Burrow...
Let's be honest, that's not happening.
You never know.
I kind of know.
Well...
Okay, let's say it did.
Play along.
Sure.
Humor me. Like, is that, like, holy, like, crap, like, this is so cool? Or is it like, oh my God, like, she's been with Joe Burrow, like, he's paid for her dinner?
I feel like it would depend on, like, what are the effects of that? Like, does she want to go to the nicest restaurant in town all the time because she's used to this lifestyle? Or, like, is it more just like, oh, yeah, like, I dated Joe. Like, he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
Because that's fine. Like, I don't...
That's fine. It's just
I have no
Joe.
problem with that. Yeah, it's just,
Average Joe.
It's just Joe Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty.
It's just Joe.
It's just Joe.
Or is it like, am I always going to be compared to Joe Burrow?
That's hard.
I couldn't do that.
Of all the people to be compared to.
How do you compare to the perfect quarterback?
Well, I don't consider him that, but...
Disrespectful.
Right now,
who's the perfect quarterback?
Lenoris Sellers for the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Oh no.
His father's name is Norris. I just think that's amazing. Like, you could name your son Andrew.
I'm not going to do that. My wife's going to pick the names. We just talked.
We just talked about this. You know, I think you are going to kill it in the marriage world when the time comes.
Yeah.
Because you have so many qualities that I think just like scream married man.
Oh,
and we've talked about the qualities of you that scream single man. This condo being one of them.
I think all of them are wrong. Unfair.
But a few things I've known being your friend.
Yeah.
And seeing you as a single man, you are very intentional and very caring. Like, you drove me to go get my car today. I mean, that's like something a friend would do, right? But like, also you're the type of person that if I didn't see you later today, you'd be the one to be like, hey, like, do you need a ride tomorrow? Just check in, like, even though you saw me get my car.
Sure.
Like, you'd be checking up on it.
I'd be checking on people.
You're also really, really good with money.
I try to be.
And I suck at money.
Actually, you kind of don't have any idea.
Well, that's true.
Something in a weird way inside of me. I don't know where it happened, but like I have always felt like I don't have enough. And so what it causes me to do is like pinch pennies.
Yeah.
But not like, I think you can attest, not like it, like I spent $50 on Chili's the other day from DoorDash.
You did.
Skillet quesos, gas.
Yeah.
So not like in the way where like I'm not willing to spend a little money.
Right.
But like more so like there's not been a year where there's less than 9 months of the year where I don't save.
Yeah.
I save every month.
Every month. How much do you save?
The amount I save depends on
Is it fixed or is it like a percentage? Or
no,
just...
it depends. Well, so I have my 401k. So money automatically goes into my 401k.
Me too. Is yours through our company?
Yes.
Yeah.
Finances.
Finances.
So I have my 401k, and then what I do is my money that comes in, I have a spreadsheet, and I put everything I buy into the spreadsheet.
Big Excel guy.
Google Sheets.
Oh.
Yeah. That way I can access it from anywhere.
Oh, that's smart.
Everything I spend goes in, and I'll log everything I spend like 2-3 times a month. Like I'll log on and like, okay, here's what I did. I bought this, I bought that. And it keeps a running total of how much I've spent versus how much I'm going to be bringing in. And so I have like a number, like let's say it's $100. It's more than $100, but let's say it's $100. It's
right.
like you have $100 to spend before you're at zero.
Oh, okay. So you give yourself a little buffer.
Yeah. And then the other thing I do is I'll track the expenses by what it is. So it's like auto or investing or...
You have stocks?
I do have stocks.
That's cool.
Or like, I could show you my stock.
I would love to see your stocks.
This is what I put in from this. I put in theory, if I'm doing everything right, I put in $50 a paycheck.
Into stocks?
Into the stocks.
Are you the Wolf of Wall Street? I have no idea how stocks work. Or bonds.
I use...
I would love to
I use an app. I'm not going to name which one. Just in case one of them wants to sponsor us.
Oh, yeah. We are open to any of those. I love the Big Lebowski, though. So that's how much you, like, have... Like, if you were to cash out right now.
Correct. This is what I've done in
the past really went down right there.
Year. It did, but that's the total change.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
So I do that, and then so I have it split, so like groceries is a category.
As it should be.
And then what I did was I looked at how the percent of my income last year that I spent on groceries.
A lot?
Whatever the percent is.
Oh. What would you say you spend the most on?
Rent.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah. Below rent, I think, is probably groceries. Probably groceries.
Come on, give me something exciting.
Rent, groceries. Rent, groceries.
I spend a lot of my monthly income on Cold Stone.
Oh, you're looking for like a specific.
Yeah.
I was naming categories.
Oh, no. Give me something juicy.
There was a moment in time where I was tracking Dunkin'. How much I spent on coffee.
Every morning that I see, and we only work in the same office once a week.
Now I only do it on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I used to.
Well, it is right there.
I used to, when I lived at my old place, which was 50 feet from a Dunkin', it was every day, Haley.
I do like that Dunkin', though. The one by your old
place. It's
place.
nice, yes, but I don't need to spend $6 on coffee every day.
That's a lot.
My Dunkin' app looked like the Stonks market.
The Stonks?
Yeah, it was all those points.
Stonks. You should buy Stonks.
In Dunkin'?
In Dunkin'.
I don't know what Dunkin's stock portfolio looks like. But anyways, finance is an area where I feel confident that I like am in a good spot.
Not I.
Yeah. You don't think?
Oh, I know.
But you and Thomas do it together. I feel like that's...
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought you did.
We have 2 separate bank accounts. We've tried to merge it, and we've had some problems because I love my bank. It's a local bank in Valdosta, Georgia.
Uh-huh.
And then he's a part of a larger bank chain, like one of the national brands, which I'm excited to be a part of that one day. But like that's like, and it has nothing to like, if he needs like something for groceries, like it's not like I want my money.
Yeah.
Like I specifically don't want him to see how much I spend.
I just think, yes, I understand. I hear you.
Yeah.
You're heard. I
Thank you.
think that and like the reason I save so much is so that like my wife and I can be in a good spot.
Yeah. And I think that's great.
I am actively planning. Like a good example is like I use my credit card for everything, every purchase.
And you pay off your credit card.
I pay it off, but the points I have never used.
That's amazing.
I am saving them
For something fun.
for like the honeymoon.
Like a trip.
Like the honeymoon.
Do you know where you want to go on your honeymoon?
Absolutely not.
There's so many options.
My wife can tell me.
That's-
I have the points.
Thomas planned our honeymoon.
Nice.
Can you believe it?
That's exciting.
I feel like when I travel with Thomas, because he is a pilot, so traveling is something that like we do a lot of. We always did because we were long distance. Like we started dating 5 hours apart from each other, which that's kind of
We should get into that though.
yeah.
I think that's interesting. Continue.
That we were 5 hours apart.
I think the distance thing is like I think people deal with that a lot.
Oh yeah. Like yeah, I would honestly say it's kind of like medium distance now because we're so connected in the world. Really, you don't think so?
You live in the same apartment.
No. I mean, like when we were
people,
doing
just in general.
Yeah. Well, no. Like I mean, when Thomas and I were 5 hours apart, that's medium distance. But I think some people, there's probably actually like if you Google on the internet,
I think I would classify medium as anything that's not in the same town. So like 30 minutes to probably like 3.5, 4 hours.
Yeah, maybe that's medium.
Anything
so we were
longer
long
than
distance.
that is long. Because here's my thing: is can you get there and back in one day?
Yeah,
You could.
You
for
could.
the 5 hours, but it would be like
it'd be the whole day. Yeah. So we were we just love to travel. I think that's something that's always going to be a part of our life. Unfortunately, we don't get to do it as much as like right now that we want to, just because work schedules and stuff. But like when I travel with Tom, like I feel like I'm a pretty put together person. I'm pretty efficient, especially in the workplace. But like I have ADHD and I will make that my personality trait because the moment I was diagnosed, it made so much sense. Like there are certain things I can like latch onto and like get done like nobody's business. Like I am the Kobayashi of an Excel. Like I love me some Excel.
Sure.
And I just thrive. But there's like having Thomas, like I turn my brain off sometimes. Like,
but that's nice.
It's nice. Like when we travel, we go to the airport. I don't know where are we going. He doesn't even let me hold on to my passport. Yeah. He gives me what he calls my trainer passport, which is just the case.
Yeah.
And I have lost the case. So I lost my trainer passport.
That's why he holds on to the passport.
And like he's a pilot, so like it's so funny watching him like go through an airport because he'll like get me to the gate, he'll sit me down, he'll give me a little snack, a little snacky snack.
We love a snack.
Normally some Nerds gummies and like a little Propel or a Celsius if I want some energy, and he'll say, "Okay, you stay here, don't go nowhere," and he just goes and he walks around the terminal and finds the biggest window and he just watches the planes. You know how like little kids are with like garbage trucks? Yeah.
But then you're sitting over there with your snack.
I have my snack.
Just two kids.
But I mean, you travel a good bit.
Sometimes I travel a lot for work, which is a little bit different than like traveling for fun.
Yeah.
Because there's always like, okay, when I get there, I got to do this or I got to do that. Like we did we travel with men's basketball, so we had a charter plane. So that was significantly different from a lot of the travel because you don't go through security. Well, there's security, but it's like it's for the 14 people on the plane.
Yeah.
And so it made it a very different experience. I don't like traveling for fun on my own.
Why?
I like to share experiences, and I think I see like travel. You see a lot of people who are sharing their experience with someone else.
Oh yeah.
And I've always been like this would be nice if someone else
was here. If someone left me with a snack.
If someone brought me snack. Instead, I have to go get my own snack.
You have to get your own snack.
Yeah, it's tough.
It is tough.
How am I going to stand by the big window? I can't do both.
You could get lost.
I can't do both.
Do you think, like, you will be, when you travel with your significant other, are you going to be snack at the terminal, or are you going to be window. Like,
I'm gonna be holding the passports.
okay, yeah.
I am very like I don't want to say that I like to be in control. I think that's the wrong word.
I think you do like to be in control.
I like to make sure it goes right.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
Yeah. I don't mind if someone else is doing it if it's going right.
Right.
But the second it goes wrong, you're gonna hear from me.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be like, I would have had that.
I would have been there.
I would have had that.
Nerd gummies and Propel
I
in
would
hand.
have had the snacks.
Always. And I like a ginger ale when I get on the plane.
Oh, see, that's where we differ. I'm not a ginger ale person.
No, I love meat. We're going to DC in a couple of weeks, Tom and I.
Mm-hmm.
Super excited because we're flying JetBlue, and I love JetBlue.
I love JetBlue.
I think JetBlue is so underrated.
Might be the best airline.
So I love me some Delta.
Delta's good.
And my husband's a pilot, and he's gonna apply to the airline. So wherever he ends up, I'll love that place. But for now, free agent, right? Like,
free agent.
I don't have to pledge allegiance to any airline.
Sure.
But JetBlue, I rock with JetBlue. I love the popcorners you can get as
it just
a
doesn't
snack.
fly everywhere. That's the problem.
I know, but they're growing.
They're trying.
They're doing their dangdest.
I would support.
And Thomas knows a lot about the airlines, and I think, don't quote me on this, but I think someone in the leadership like that started JetBlue came from Delta. So that's
nice.
like why like you
That
have
makes
such great
sense.
experiences.
Yeah, I love JetBlue.
I love the way that like the interior of the plane just feels like homey, and like I love the carpet. I love.
Is it soft? I've never.
I love the JetBlue carpet.
Okay.
Like it's a good vibe.
Yeah.
There's a pattern to it.
Interesting.
Just, things I notice.
Would you ever raw dog a flight? Do you know what this is?
No.
Oh, this is beautiful. So there's a thing on the internet it's called like raw dogging a flight.
Uh-huh.
It's where you sit down in your seat, no headphones, no sleep, no music, no movie. You turn the display on the map that shows you where you're going, and you watch that for the entire flight.
I could never. And again, going back to the ADHD, if I sit still long enough, and you've seen this, if I sit still long enough, silent long enough, I will fall asleep. That's why I fall asleep during movies when I think they're boring. Like, I can't. Like, I will fall asleep.
You know where I sleep the best?
Where?
Traveling when someone else is in control of the vehicle. Car, if you put me in the back seat and it's longer than 20-30 minutes, I'm out.
You're gone.
I'm out.
I love a good car nap.
Plane, sleep.
I can't sleep on a plane.
I love sleeping on a plane.
You said that
because you wake up and you're there, and it's like you never were on the plane.
But I like twitch if I can't follow. Like, that's so embarrassing to me. What if I twitch into somebody?
It's not as embarrassing as letting a snore slip out.
That is so embarrassing.
I've done it a couple times where you're on the plane, then you just go,
and then you're that guy,
and then you go, huh. I wake up, I go.
What if you like twitched into like a woman, like a potentially cute girly pop?
See, every time I get on a plane, I'm like, I hope I sit by a cute girl. Not in like a weird way.
That would be so romantic, though. Like,
it's only once that it's ever happened.
Really?
I didn't know what to do.
I sat next to someone that was like kind of my age on the way to Omaha.
Something about an airplane or an airport romance.
Yeah,
you're out of that world. You're done.
I am. So it was really awkward this time because, again, like I think we talked about it a couple episodes. Like I just assume everybody sees the ring at all times.
Well, see, that's my first move now.
Is to look at the ring.
Anytime I like see a woman that I'm like, oh, she's attractive. I go, where's her left hand at?
Right. Oh. Well, this kid was like again, I'm not great at picking up on cues, but I feel like he might have been trying to put the moves. Like, he was asking me all these questions about life and where am I going? Wow. What do I do? Wait, no. And then somehow we got on the topic of like church and stuff, and then he just melted. And again, like and then he brought up, he's like, yeah, like, I hope I find, like, he legitimately said, like, I hope, like, I find a woman that, like, loves the Lord, sort of. And I feel, and I can say this as a Christian, like, Christians be falling in love. They love them some love. And I can say that as a Christian. Like,
I can't concur on that, but yeah, sure.
I mean, like, so I felt like he was like, God probably just put us in each other's paths. And then I saw the moment he saw my ring, and he asked, he said, oh, are you married? And I said, yes, I am. He goes, oh. And I
you broke someone's heart on a plane.
Like it, and then we didn't talk the rest of the flight.
Oh, this poor guy. He's out there somewhere. He's going to see this on TikTok and be like, this lady.
I gave him my business card.
Flight. Oh my gosh, Haley.
Because he was like, I'm a huge fan, like, of skaters. I'm like, oh. Anytime, like, you never know. Like, that could have been.
Now that you broke his heart, yeah. If you're out there, buddy, comment on this video and I will give you tickets to a Gators game.
I was going to give him tickets.
No, I feel bad for what you did to this poor guy.
I've never had somebody be like, he legitimately
sounds
asked.
sad. I feel bad for him.
I feel terrible for him too. Like he was probably sitting there thinking like, God put us together. This, like, he was gonna have his airport romance story. Yeah, married. His name's Tom.
Funnily enough, I just remember this. I actually I had like a first date at an airport once.
No way.
So I matched with this girl on this dating app this was when I lived in another state. I won't say which state. And we had been matched, but it was like right around the holidays. And I had gone home, and she wasn't from there either, so she also went home. We were flying back, and we had just been chatting about like when we were flying back, like etc.
All that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, trying to organize like a date. And we just so happened to be going through the same airport at the same time.
That is so cray-cray.
It was very awkward. I did not know what to do.
Oh, really?
Because you're dressed for travel. You're not necessarily dressed for...
Want to go meet at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Terminal C?
Would you like to sit in the weird leather chair next to me at the airport?
Oh, those are so awkward.
Yeah.
Like, there's no...
It was kind of a... Would you like to see all the clothes in the bag that I have from home?
So, like... Where did you go? Like, to eat, or did you get a drink?
No, we just like hung out for like, it was like 15, 20 minutes. It wasn't anything crazy.
That's not a date.
Well, but what would you call it? A first meeting?
It's a meet and greet.
A meet and greet.
I
signed an autograph and sent her on her way.
Did you like exchange numbers?
We already had numbers.
Oh, I don't know how dating apps work. I told you I was only on Tinder for a week.
Well, you meet and then you can exchange phone numbers.
Right.
And then we had been texting from there.
Did you go on a second date?
Yeah, I saw her again. Clearly it did not work out.
I'm assuming you didn't go to an airport?
No. JetBlue wasn't flying that week.
Dang it. Does that like, man, does that just like give you hope the next time you're in an airport you could find the one?
See, the problem is I always think that I'm the hot guy at the airport, and I'm not.
I like sometimes think that too. I'm like, I am the coolest person in this airport. I'm the hottest person.
Yeah, you make eye contact with someone your age and you're like,
nope.
What's up?
No, you win. Or even a flight attendant, I'll be like, dang, she's rocking that ascot. I could never. I could never. It makes me nervous with like actually no, I'm not nervous with Thomas being a pilot.
A flight attendant?
Yeah, he would never. Also, that's just not like who he is as a person.
He's focused.
But that's the thing, like...
I took pictures of him at a plane, and he was focused more on the plane than the pictures.
Yeah, like, when we're in an airport... He was trying to
explain to me what the plane does.
I could be wearing a bikini, lingerie, nothing in an airport. If I'm in an airport with Thomas Fawcett, my husband, he's watching the airplane.
I like how you had to qualify.
He's like, that's a Boeing 747. Turpentine engine.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of that.
A bunch of other people at the airport would be focused on you.
Like, yeah. So. Especially the ones that, like, can handcuff me and arrest me. Maybe. Thomas just, like, looks up from the window. Where's my wife?
He's like, I gave her a snack. Where'd she go?
I told her to sit right here.
Haley, we got a board.
And then just, there's you in the background. I'm just waiting for my date. Yeah. I don't know where she went.
I gotta wait.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait. All right.
Yeah.
Well.
This was...
I'm gonna be... Next time I fly, I'm gonna think about this whole conversation, and I'm definitely still not gonna talk
I'd prefer you to not think about the part where I would be getting arrested in the airport for... Yeah.
No.
Think about everything else besides that.
Well, if you're in an airport listening right now...
Take your clothes off.
No, don't do that.
If you're in an airport listening, grab your little snack,
Look for the hottest person in the airport right now and check their left hand for a ring.
Yes, do that. And
if they do have it, then you're hotter than them. Get wrecked.
get wrecked.
All right, love you, dog.
Love you, dog.